Hi, are you feeling overwhelmed today? Or have you had moments of overwhelm in the last 24 hours or maybe in the last week? Well, if you're human and you're breathing, I would imagine you've had a few of those moments. I know I certainly have. Hi, my name is Dr. Rochelle with Crossroads Renewal, and I'm a life and leadership transformation coach who is absolutely passionate about equipping and empowering people to live their best life, and especially as they're navigating through change like we all are in this season. And I think there have been many opportunities for overwhelm, excuse me, in the season we're in right now, that is in the midst of COVID-19. We're moving through it, but the unknowns are racking up. We don't know what life is going to look like in the future for sure. But your overwhelm may not come necessarily from that. I mean, I think our thoughts can make us feel overwhelmed. And sometimes overwhelm just comes from expectations we have of ourselves or what we perceive the expectations others have of us. And maybe it's this belief that we have to constantly be working and doing things and being productive, and there's just no room to take a breath because you're overwhelmed by the competing responsibilities and tasks that lie before you. So I want to come today to give you some motivation. And primarily, I want to motivate you to re-energize yourself, especially in times of overwhelm. And it's hard because when we're overwhelmed, we don't want to do the thing I'm going to recommend to you because it's like, no, I can't stop doing what I'm doing because I got to get this done right now, or I've got to keep focused on whatever you're thinking about. And you get so wrapped up in the thoughts and the energy that's going into whatever the project is. But what ends up happening is that we can lose our perspective, and tension starts to mount in our bodies, and we start getting physical symptoms like neck aches and shoulder pain and headaches, or a tight jaw from clenching our teeth because we're trying so hard, and our blood pressure goes up. And over time, we set ourselves up for chronic illnesses. But why? Because we're compromising our immune systems, because we are in the state of overwhelm, which is driving over focus, overactivity. And it's not leaving room and space to be a human being, which is what we are. Or human beings, we're not human doings. Not to say we don't have things to do. I think it's just that oftentimes in our productive-oriented society that we're in, there's such a focus on getting things done. And I'll address that productivity at another time, but what I really want to focus today is on you focusing on the being part of you. And especially in times of overwhelm. So what I'm going to focus on for the remainder of our time together is something just really simple to do. I'm not saying it's easy because you have to give yourself permission to do this. And it's called the 1-minute pause. 1-minute pause. What does that mean? 1-minute pause is to essentially stop and for 60 seconds to just pull back from what you're doing, close your eyes, and turn your focus onto your heart. And if you've been watching any of my other videos, primarily the first 5 videos in the Stronger Mindset Challenge, I encouraged you to put a hand on your heart as a way to draw your attention to that, to your heart, and to just focus on your heart. And then just take a deep breath in, hold it, and release it. And that's called heart breathing. And then the third part of this is heart appreciation, where you just bring to mind a moment of gratitude or appreciation for something. Maybe it's a time or place that filled you with a sense of love or wonder or awe. And you just sustain that feeling of bringing that back to mind during that 1 minute. Is it a place that you feel really peaceful? Maybe it's a lake, or it's walking in the woods, or it's sitting by a fire with your pet. Whatever brings that moment of just to a retreat or a reprieve from the stress, just drink it in. 1 minute pause. Now, as you do that, I also invite you to say to yourself, I let go of everything and give it to you, God. I let go of everything and I give it all to you, God. And as you are breathing and as you're focusing on your heart, and when thoughts come your way that seek to disrupt your peace, I want you to just breathe. Bring to mind something you're grateful for and say, I just give all those concerns and worries to you, God. And in that moment, in that 60 seconds of pause, you will give your brain a break, which will settle down your nervous system. It'll slow down your heart rate, it'll bring your blood pressure down, and it will increase the space in your mind to be able to see things more clearly. It will give you perspective. In fact, new solutions may come to you when you do 1 minute pauses throughout the day, because it's like you're backing away from the problem or backing away from the task to, in those 60 seconds, just give it all up and return to the center of who you are. A being of love, a being who's doing their very best. You don't have to be perfect. You can just be you. And when you take on more than really truly belongs to you, and you become aware you're doing that, that's the time to give it all to God, to just release it. Look, we're not meant to carry the worries of the world on our shoulders. We have a task before us, and do the task that's right before you. And is that task leading to the life you love? Is it part of your purpose? If it is, do it with joy. Do it with intentionality. And if it isn't, then it may be time to let go of that. So today, take time out from 1 minute pauses. And I'm going to also invite you, if you would, if you like these videos that I do, if you would just either like them, give me an emoji, leave a comment if it's not helpful, or if you have a question, either leave it in the comments, or definitely feel free to personally message me, because I will be happy to respond to you. And for those of you who are looking for ways to create more strength in your life, to be able to get to your dreams and goals, reach out to me. I'm happy to provide a complimentary, clarity session where I'll help you tune into your dreams and goals, looking at where you are today and see where that gap is and make some recommendations for next steps. If you're interested in a clarity session, send me a direct message. Have a blessed day and the rest of the week, and be sure to take out your 1 minute pauses throughout the day. If you can, aim for 3 to start with. See you next time.